Alright guys, welcome to another video on the ICOM IC R30. Someone asked me to do a video on dual watch, so that's what we're going to do. This radio has two VFOs, which is variable frequency oscillators. Yeah, don't worry about what they're called, just think of it as a place to do radio stuff. Just think of it like that, there's no need to overcomplicate it. If you look at the display on the radio now, in the top left hand corner below the battery symbol, you'll see A. Yeah, so we're in VFO A, but we're also in a memory recall. So we're just going to put this in true VFO, right? So now we're just in, this is where you surge between two frequencies. We're in VFO A, okay? If you want to go to VFO B, press main dual. We're now in VFO B, yeah? Or back, VFO A. Okay, so what that is, VFOA allows you to use the full range of the coverage of the radio. So I think that's 0.5 to 3,500, okay? VFOB, however, is a little bit different. That's 0.5, I think, to about 520 megahertz. I'll show you what I mean now. I don't know why they've done it like that, but that's just how it is. This does restrict you somewhat. So what we'll do now is we'll put it into dual watch and I'll show you some of the things you can do and some of the things you can't do. To put it in dual watch, from this position, hold down main dual. Okay, so hold that in. Okay, we're now in dual watch. So the top is your main band. Okay, the bottom is your sub band. Okay, which is VFO B. So the top one is A, the bottom one is B. This won't always be the case. We'll do it the other way round in a moment. Now then, I've deliberately done it like this so you can see one of the issues with the radio. So if you'd notice, the top VFO is in NXDMVN, Next Generation Digital Network Very Narrow, and the bottom one is also in NXDNVN. You'll also notice that symbol above my finger there, it's muted. Now that's not because I've turned the volume down. The radio is telling me that it will not allow me to scan through two digital modes in dual watch operation. So you can only ever have one digital mode on either of the VFOs. Okay, so if I go to my lower band, you do that by, so I can switch between the bands main, 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 main. So what that means is, if I'm in there now, say I turn the knob on the top, yeah, that's affecting my top VFO. Press it again to go to the bottom. That's now affecting the bottom VFO. So when the main symbol is in that VFO, it's activating the keypad for that VFO, and what you press there will not affect the other VFO. Okay? So now you'll notice, because I've put main here, it's muted the top band because they're both in a digital mode. Okay, let me take this from NXDMVN to FM. So mode, okay, up we go, FM narrow. Yeah, so now it's not muted. It will let me scan between, I can do a scan on there, I can do a scan on there, no problem. The top is in NXDMVN. Bottom is in FM. It's happy with that, no issues whatsoever. You'll also notice in the bottom band they've got AFC turned on, which is automatic frequency centering. We'll cover that in another video. Now, if I hold main dual down on my bottom band, which is the B side, it brings me back to VFO B, yeah? And if I do that, it's VFO A, all right? However, let's just say, for some reason, you want VFO B as the top of the display in dual watch. Go to VFO B by pressing that. Hold down main dual. Yeah. Right, I might have a setting wrong here. Yeah, so it'll always put the A band on the top. B, hold down main dual. Yeah, it'll always put the A band on the top. I didn't realise that, to be honest with you, but there you go. That's A, That's B. It cannot be B and A. I thought it could. I'm mistaken. Okay, some of the settings that are unique to Dual Watch that you need to be aware of. We go to menu, RX recorder. Okay, recorder set, file split, RX record condition. We'll cover this. I'm looking for, there we go. AB separate, AB link. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. If we do AB separate, so when we're in Dual Watch now, okay, if I press record, recording started. It's only recording on the top band. Yeah, that's the only one it's recording on. Let's turn that off. Okay. Go back to RX recorder, recorder set, recorder operation, AB link. AB link. Yeah. Now, let's press it again. Recording started. It's recording on both bands. Yeah. That does not mean they'll be squashed into the same file with mixed audio. That will be two separate files. Okay. So set it. Well, it depends on your preference, but if it was me, chord operation, AB separate. It's just easier. Okay. Let's also, if we go to sounds, AB volume link. Okay. So AB link, yeah. If we turn that on, if I turn the volume up on the side here, oh, sorry. Right, that's turning the volume up on both VFOs. Okay, so the volume will increase on both of them. So sounds, AB volume, AB separate. Go back. As the main symbol is there. Turn that up. That is, it doesn't tell you, but it is only turning the volume up on the band A. If I go to there, it's turning the volume up there. Okay, but it'll be in the bottom of the screen. That's pretty much it for the unique functions for Dual Watch. That's it. One of the reasons you might want to use Dual Watch, because you might say, oh, I don't need that. But one of the things I use it for all the time. So let's go. So you're in Dual Watch. Memory recall mode. So that's VFO, MR. If I go to scan, marine priority.
Confirm that you've submitted your medical health declaration to your agent, over.
So that is the Liverpool bar pilot. Okay, so that's in the River Mersey. There's a pilot who...
Captain, and just to confirm, your pilot boarding position 1.5 miles southwest of Liverpool Bar Buoy, heading east inwards towards the channel with a port side ladder. Thank you.
Okay, so he's given instructions to a vessel coming in that a pilot's going to board, put the ladder on the port side, and then he's asking his draft, his POB, which is persons on board, and then he'll give him an ETA and what berth he would like him to go in, maybe Gladstone dock.
So correct, Captain, thank you, and have a good watch. Good morning.
Okay, so back to Dual Watch. I'm in marine priority there. Let's just say there's a big event happening off the coast. There's a big rescue on. Okay, I don't advise you to listen to things you shouldn't be listening to. But let's be honest, that's why we all buy these radios. That is the only reason. Otherwise, they wouldn't sell any. So scan. Okay. I've pressed scan to stop the scan. Okay, now this is my marine priority group. So this is all the Coast Guard channels. Pilot. Channel 0, Channel 6, Channel 16. Channel 16 is probably one of the busiest Coast Guard channels, okay? This is where the Coast Guard will make contact with the vessel. You'll hear radio checks, you'll hear maydays, hopefully not too many. You'll hear the pilot call a vessel on Channel 16 and say, please move to Channel 21, please move to Channel 6 or Channel 9, because they're not allowed to occupy 16 with general chatter. Okay, the only time you'll hear that is, let's just say you're a kayaker off the coast, you're falling out of your kayak, you've got your radio in your pocket, you're asking for help on channel 16, the Coast Guard will come back to you and they'll conduct the operation with you on 16 because it's just easier than asking you to change channel.
All stations, all stations, all stations. This is Holyhead Coast Guard, Holyhead Coast Guard. For the Maritime Safety Information broadcast, listen on channel 64, channel 64.
Okay, so you heard that then. That's the Coast Guard telling you, move to channel 64 or listen out on channel 64 for the safety information broadcast. So that's what we're going to do. If we go to there, yeah, so we're in the bottom band now. I apologise for the glare. Let's do a scan of the marine priority. Okay. Now, what this is doing now, so I've kept the top band on 16. All right, so I'm always listening on 16 because the likelihood is you'll hear something.
All stations, this is Holyhead Coast Guard.
And there you go.
Maritime Safety Information broadcast. COVID-19 information for leisure users intending.
So what they're doing now is, that's the safety information broadcast, but because you've got dual watch, I'm not just restricted to listening to channel 64, channel 16. I could hear if a mayday had been shouted, I could hear a vessel coming in to dock and he wants to know the pilot frequency. And then I could not listen to this, I could move this to something else, or I could navigate around the bands on my top dual watch. Okay, another thing as well, we've covered this in another video. Duplex Plus is flashing. This is a duplex channel. Okay, so that's checking the other side of the channel while you scan. Alright, we're quite lucky today. This is a perfect example of why you'd use dual watch. Okay, if I hold down main on that, yeah, so we're staying on 64. If I hold down main again, go back to there. I'm now in band A, single VFO. Band B is 64, but notice how we don't hear anything because we're not scanning. Duplex Plus, it's telling me this is a duplex channel, but because we're not in an active scan, yeah, it hasn't switched to the other side of the channel. If you wanted to hear that, okay, press down squelch. It doesn't want to do it. Okay, let's do a scan in that. Marine priority. There you go. 64. I don't know why that didn't work then. Okay, so dual watch allows you to move between two channels or listen on one channel while you're monitoring another, and it just keeps an area free for you to listen to what's going on, so then you can navigate to that channel with your other VFO. And this is the perfect example of why you'd want dual watch. Also good for the amateur guys. While we're here, guys, like usual, we'll do a little scan of my local area and we'll see what's going on. So for that, we're going to move to VFOA because it's the full range of the receiver. We're going to scan my group link. Okay, so we've got the weather information broadcast. Not a lot going on. Do another one. Okay. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Anything else you want me to cover, please let me know. More than happy to help. This was a viewer request. I hope this has satisfied you, my mate. If not, let me know and I can go a lot more in depth on dual watch and the technical specs of each VFO. I don't think it's necessary. There you go. Take care, guys. I'll see you again.